Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the Siemens WM14NK09GB 1400 spin 8kg washer. What I want to do today is to show you around the washer, some of the features and benefits that it offers. First of all, what I want to do is just have a quick measure, because what you need to do is just make sure it's going to fit in the space where you're going to put it. So first of all, the width of it, you're looking at 60 centimeters, around 23.5 inches. The height of it, you're looking 84.5 centimeters, or just under 33.5 inches. And the depth, so this is the thing that tends to vary a little bit. This will be the installed depth, so to the back of the machine and a little bit further. So to the front here, you're looking around 57.5 centimeters, or around 22.5 inches. Or if you're going to the very front, including the door, then really you need to allow, say, 25 inches, or around 64 centimeters. So I'll zoom in a little bit closer to the machine now, and you can turn the dial either way to turn the machine on, to select any program that you want. I'm just going to run through some of the programs quickly, just to show you what some of them offer. Now the first one, this is the cotton program, and you will see here that it's quite a lengthy program at 3 hours 12. And on that program, if you were to wash, for example, at the 40-degree temperature, then you'll find that that will consume around 89 litres of water. So not the most energy efficient of programs. You can always adjust the temperature if you want to. So if I just go to the highest temperature first, so on this program you can go all the way up to 90 degrees, 60, 40, 30, 20, and then down to a cold. So that will just be washing in the temperature that the water arrives in. But I suppose for the majority of people on this kind of program, it tends to hover around the 30 to 40 degree. I just mentioned about efficiency, and what you can do is if you move on to the next program, that's the Eco 40 to 60, you find that the time, so the duration of the program is similar, as around 3.5 hours, and these are for full loads, so this would be for a full 8kg load. But if you were to reduce the load, so if you were to put a smaller load in, then that can reduce the wash time as well, because they are intelligent enough to know that it's a smaller load, so it will reduce the wash time, which is always good, always helpful, because I think sometimes some of these duration of programs look a little bit scary, and sometimes it can put people off from buying a machine if you think that that's going to take 3.5 hours all the time. The other thing to mention on this program is that the Eco 40 to 60 on a full load will consume around 70 litres of water. So you're comparing 70 litres compared to 89 on the first one. So 19 litres of water. Now to some people it might not mean much, but I'd always imagine a 2-litre bottle of Coke sat there, and if you imagine all of these sat next to each other, so 19 litres worth, then that makes a huge difference. So first of all, it's less water to heat up, and also you'll find it, for some people you're washing a lot, so you could be washing, for example, 1 or 2 loads a day, or for some people it could be even more if you got a large family. If you imagine if you were saving 19 litres of water for every single wash, if you were using these two programs, then that over a year and the duration of the owning the machine, that can make a huge difference. As you come around to some of these other programs, so things like the Easy Care, this one has a maximum load of up to 4 kilograms, so you can't put a full load into this program. I know sometimes you might be looking at this thinking that it's tempting to wash here because it's slightly shorter program, but that's only for 4 kilograms. Then you come around to some of the other programs, things like Delicates and Silk and the woolen programs. So these will always naturally be washed at lower temperatures. So even if I was to try and select a higher temperature of, I'll just skip that. But even if I wanted to try and put it on, say, a 60 or 90 degree, then the program won't allow that, which is always good to have that built in. Then you've got things like mixed fabrics. That one again is a 4 kilogram program. So if you had, say, roughly half a load that you wanted to wash pretty quickly, then that could be the one to pick. And with that one, that consumes around 44 litres of water. As you come around to the bottom, you've got things like the rinse and spin, or just spin only and drain. So it's nice to have those options on, because it's surprising how many people still use those. You've got things like, so just around this side, I'm not going to cover too much on them, so things like dark wash, Hygiene is quite a good one. So if you've got family members that suffer with things like skin allergies, then the hygiene program tends to wash at a higher temperature for longer. So it just maintains the higher temperature, hopefully to kill a lot of the things like bugs that can get within the clothes that people with sensitive skin can suffer from. Put my teeth back in. Next one, things like the shirts program can be quite useful. At home I've got a couple of lads and we're wearing shirts pretty much every day, so this kind of program is really good for us because it just washes in a certain way and spins and rinses in a certain way that's slightly different to some of the programs around this side. As you come around to the drum clean, this is a really good option for maintaining the machine. I'd recommend using this program from the word go. So almost after a month of using the machine, then use this program, the drum clean, because it just helps to keep everything clean inside. There are certain sachets or tablets, things like that, that you can get to aid this program, but I suppose on its own it can still be really effective. Then you've got other specialised programs, things like the outdoor wear duvet program. That's quite a good one. Not all machines have that, so if you wanted to wash your duvet cover, the main advantage of this is that with any washing machine nowadays, and it doesn't matter what brand it is, it doesn't have to be Siemens, you need at least half a load for the machine to balance itself out. And the classic one is where people just put a bath mat in on its own. It will never spin because it's got all the weight over one side. And the same goes for this with the duvet program, that because it's one large item, then some machines can struggle to balance the load out. So that's why having this as an option is actually a really good idea. Final program on here, rapid 15 and 30. As it says, it's a 15-minute program or a 30-minute program. And if we press this, the various speed option, you can change it between 15 and 30 minutes. While I'm talking about the various speed, if I just go over to this program, the cottons, then I did mention earlier that it will take around 3 hours 12 minutes. And if I press the various speed, then that will cut it down by more than half. So you do reduce the load in there. So you couldn't put the full 8 kilograms in. You're looking around 4-5 kilograms. But all you'll find is that because it's cutting down the amount of time that the program is going to take, then that can reduce the amount of water that's took in as well. So that could be a really good option for you. I'll just cover some of the features under here now. Spin speed. So I did mention that this is a 1400 spin machine, but you can change it if you want to. So if you didn't want the full 1400, then just press that and it goes 1200, 1000, 800, 600, 400, and then the no spin option at the end. So it's nice to have the flexibility if you didn't always want to spin at the full 1400. You've got the ready in option, so this is a time delay option. So if you wanted to use things like economy 7, where you've got cheap electricity during the night, then this can be a really good option to use. Or just if you're out for the day, and if you didn't want the machine to have finished too early, then you can actually go all the way up to 24 hours. I'm getting there in the end. Yep, so that will delay it by 24 hours at the moment, and then it just goes back to the standard time in the program. You'll see a little key symbol here. Now this is a classic issue with, well, not so much an issue, but it's a classic reason that people will give us a ring. Because what happens when somebody enables the child lock, that's what the key symbol is, then it just locks the keypad. I'll just show you this. So if you press and hold those two buttons for 3 seconds, that's enabled the child lock. It could be simply a case of just leaning up against the machine and inadvertently pressing these two buttons. It does happen. We do get several calls about this kind of thing every week, but it's quite an easy solution. So what happens is that it just locks the keypad like that, and all you need to do to get rid of it, just press and hold those two buttons again, and that will take it off. So that's very good. The various speed I've already covered. Water and rinse plus. If you've got somebody in the household that suffers with things like skin allergies, I mentioned about this hygiene program around here, but what you can do is you can enable that option, and it just allows more water to come into the machine, and it just helps with the rinses at the end. You've got things like pre-wash. So this can actually, if I just take these off, so pre-wash is an option which I'm still surprised that Siemens put this on the machine. I think people are tending to move towards quicker programs rather than adding time onto the programs. But you've got pre-wash, so that adds half an hour onto the program. So for that one, it's quite a lengthy wash now. You're just done, well, you're not far off 4 hours here for the program. But pre-wash is quite a good option if you've got things like kits with the football kits or rugby kits that are really dirty. Then pre-wash is quite a good option to use. And then at the end here, we've just got start and reload. A quick look in the soap drawer, you'll see that you've got the main wash, conditioner, and then pre-wash on the right hand side here. You will find that you've got this cheeky little gadget, and what this will do is if you drop that down, that enables you to use liquid within this drawer without it running away before it's required in the wash. Now that's something that some people don't know about, so I thought I'd just quickly show you that. If you're going to use things like powder or gel, then I'd recommend just popping that up, because they would naturally sit within that part of the drawer, and then it will send a certain amount of water through to come and get it when it's required in the wash. If you wanted to take the soap drawer out, nice and easy, just press the button and that pulls out. You can give it a good clean, and then when you're finished, that just pops back in like that. When it comes to opening the door, nice and easy. You've got a nice big grip handle on the right hand side of the door there, and the door opens almost 180 degrees, not quite, but we're not far off. Something I tend to mention quite a lot in my videos are where the machine has got metal hinges and door catches. I'm really pleased to see that Siemens have carried on their tradition of using metal hinges and door catches, and I'll be honest, I'd expect it from Siemens. As far as the porthole size, on this machine you're looking around 30 centimetres or around 12 inches. So it's not the biggest on the market, but personally I think for an 8 kilogram machine like this, then around that size is big enough. And then as we go to the bottom right of the machine, you've got this. So if you pull that down, then this is a little pipe. So if you've got, for example, a power cut, and if you needed to empty the machine of water, then you can just pop a tray under here and then take that off, and then you can empty the water from the machine. So that's always useful. Also, if you've got access to the pump filter behind here, so just make sure that the machine has finished and there's no water in it before you take that out, because if you do, then you'll get very soggy feet. Also, again, if you've had a power cut, if you needed to open the door, you've got a little latch in here, so just pop a screwdriver in, pull it down, and then the door will open. I should quickly show you the energy label on the machine. So as you can see, it's an A energy rating, so very energy efficient, and it consumes around 46 kilowatt hours per 100 cycles on average. Also just proving it's an 8 kilogram load, 47 litres of water. That's really for one of the eco programs that's measured on, and also a B spin efficiency, and at 71 decibels, again an A rating. If comparing that to other machines around this price, then that's actually really good. I'll just show you around the back of the machine, because if you're going to install it yourself, then this could be quite important. First of all, you've got the transit bolts at the back here. So you've got 4 transit bolts, and these are imperative to take out before you even entertain connecting the machine. What this does is these will actually keep the drum still when it's in transit, and that's why they're called transit bolts. So you take the bolts out, and then that should free the drum up. If you don't take these out, then that will not be covered by the manufacturer's warranty. The warranty can vary. So at this time of recording, this machine actually arrives with a 5-year warranty. That's parts and labour, so it's really, really good. Siemens, on the whole, on a lot of their washing machines, will provide a 5-year warranty. And I really like that, because it means that Siemens are confident in their reliability, that they're happy to provide a 5-year warranty on the machine. You've got the waste hose, which I'm just holding here, is at the top left, mains down at the bottom left, and you'll find that you do get a new hose with it. So this is a new inlet hose. If you were going to, that just connects to the top here. If you were going to connect, say, existing pipes, if you've got longer pipes, then that's okay, but I'd recommend just take one of the washers out of the new pipe and pop it in there, because it can just help to reduce the chance of leaks in the future from the actual pipe. You will find you get 4 of these cheeky little things in the packet. So within the instructions, you've got 4 of these, and what these are for is when the transit bolts are taken out, then they should just pop in there. Hopefully the installer will do that for you anyway, just to cover the back up there. If you're thinking of purchasing one of these machines, I have provided a link below to show you where to get one at a competitive price. I hope you enjoy this quick video on the Siemens WM14NK09GB washing machine. I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just give us a quick thumbs up, click subscribe, leave any comments below. I do always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad about the video. If there's a feature that you wanted to know that you've come here to watch, and if I've not covered it, then I've got this on display at the moment. Just pop in the comments and I'll get back to you. Also, if you have got one of these machines, it doesn't necessarily have to be this particular model. If you've got a Siemens freestanding washing machine, let me know what you think about it, because I'd always appreciate the feedback. Thanks for watching.